are your hosts, Mario and Steven G, with editor Noel. Enjoy the ride. Welcome back to MCG Labs. I'm your host today, Noel, and my co-host is...
I'm Steven G, guys.
Hi! Mario could not be here today, unfortunately. He's having some family issues.
Yeah.
But he is here in spirit, and if I can get away with it, we will insert a clip of what he has to say today, because we're talking about X-Men 97!
Yeah. Guys, I don't know. I'm excited. It is not... Well, today is Friday, April 26th, so today's a Friday. So the latest episode came out Wednesday, and a lot happened.
Yeah, boy.
I'm still like flabbergasted by what happened. Noel, what do you think?
Okay, so this last episode, this whole series has been amazing, but this last episode was kind of like, whoa, what a twist.
Yeah. What a twist.
Yeah.
What a twist.
It was knuckin' futs.
I don't even know where to start.
Here, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's start from episode 1. We don't got to go into details. We just got to, like, how we feel and kind of what's happened. So episode 1, you find out, oh, there's still a master mold or whatever. Haha, they defeat it. Easy peasy. They're like, we took down the Sentinels once again, like we've done a million times.
Yep.
And then, Magneto takes over the school. They're struggling with Charles not being there. All this crazy stuff. But then, like, the ish really doesn't hit the fan till Genosha.
Exactly.
Freaking Genosha, man. So, if you haven't watched it, Genosha is the island that basically is the mutant haven. So they're all there. That's their own little nation. The UN's going to swear them in to be a nation as well. They're having a big party, and then bam, explosions.
Yeah, this bigger bat of Master Mold just kills thousands of mutants, and
apparently in the comics it's millions, so they kind of toned it down.
Like, oh, weak. But it's just so weird how you're seeing all these mutants. Callisto, all the Morlocks, they're
gone.
They're gone. And the only people that are fighting back is Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit. And, the other X-Men are still back at the mansion. But it's so weird how to see Gambit just sacrifice himself for everybody that's still alive on Genosha.
Yeah.
And, of course, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That Rogue and Magneto, obviously they had their affair way back when. Yeah. Insert that. He inserted. No, but... Guys, and then, what's heartbreaking to me was that the love between Gambit and Rogue could never happen.
I know.
It sucks, but
as soon as she's
Noelle has her theory about this, and guys, I'm going to leave it to her in a little bit, but guys...
And as soon as she realizes, I love him, the freaking...
Yeah, and guys, she goes crazy in this latest episode.
Yes.
The wheels come off. I feel like with Screen Rant or Screen Crush? I'm sorry.
I don't know who we're talking about.
But in the video, they just said that at this point, where the story is heading with the X-Men is that they're no longer the X-Men. They're just going to be soldiers.
Oh, both of them said that.
Yeah.
Screen Rant and Screen Crush.
Yeah, so they're no longer the X-Men that we know. They're just going to go dark. But Noelle has her theory, so I'll let her talk about that.
So, man, just so much happened in this last episode. It was freaking, again, knuckin' futs. It was so crazy. Like, she, she's gone rogue. She's like, screw this, I'm gonna find them myself.
I'll do it myself.
Looking for Trask and looking for what's-his-face that helped Trask out. Looking for everybody. And, I don't know, like, basically, and she freaking straight up murders Trask.
Yeah, just drops him.
And then I just love the freaking Wolverine's like, she did what we all wanted to do.
Yeah, so
like, put away the claws.
So no one really cared that, only I think Morph is only like, oh, is this who we are now?
Yeah, and then Nightcrawler was like, oh,
yeah,
what have you done?
But it's so weird how, and then guys, obviously, and then going back a little bit into the episode, Captain America shows up.
That was cool.
So that was, and then he was saying that, oh, we think we have Trask or so-and-so in Mexico, and then we're gonna, my team is gonna come in. Guys, when he said my team, I just automatically, like, the Avengers are showing up in the X-Men.
I don't know, man. I feel like he's just got his own little team, but time will tell if,
Yeah,
if that even
exactly.
pays off when we see any of it.
And we got 3 more episodes.
I know.
So in the weeks to come, we are gonna see a lot more, guys. And
I love that Rogue just takes his freaking shield, goes.
Yeah,
"Get
she
it."
just tosses it.
She yeets it into the mountains, and I feel like Captain America's like,
Now I gotta go find
yeah,
it.
what the heck?
He's like,
It was basically buying her time so she can get away from Captain America and do what she's got to do.
exactly.
And you got a Thunderbolt Ross cameo
He's
in
back.
that episode.
Yeah.
He's sitting there like, this is supposed to hold a Hulk. Come on. And she just breaks in with no problems. Like, oh.
Well, I guess it doesn't hold anybody.
Either she's stronger than Hulk or he doesn't understand how strong the Hulk is.
But it's funny how she just goes, you know, Daddy always said that it's easier to break into prison than out. But it was kind of true. She did it effortlessly. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But she is one of the most powerful mutants out there. So
Yeah.
credit to her.
I don't know. This whole episode was crazy. And then you find out that Bastion's been behind this the whole time. And Bastion is basically a hybrid AI thing of Master Mold and
Nimrod.
Nimrod, thank you. Nimrod. That's a stupid ass name, by the way.
It is.
Anyway, Nimrod. And that makes Bastion somehow. I think there's like human matter in it. I don't know. Anyway. And it's cool because he's put in like a nanovirus to people so that when they die, they basically, kind of like how you become a zombie when you die in movies,
Yeah.
they become sentinels, which is pretty tight. So they got like that nanovirus basically, but it's a nano sentinel virus. So as soon as she drops Trask and he falls to his death, he comes back and like,
It looks creepy though.
I loved it.
I thought he was gonna do the Thriller dance. But it was really cool to see that. And then, you know, after, you know, each person that he fights, which was cool, that Morph turned into Quicksilver.
Okay, you know what? For half a second, I was like, when did Chris Quicksilver get
That's
there?
what I thought.
I realized, oh
Dang.
shit, it's more.
But it was pretty cool to see that, you know, Quicksilver cameoed back into the MCU, which is cool.
That was pretty cool. And he looked good.
Yeah, he did. And then the Sentinel Trask just goes, mutant neutralized.
Oh my god, he just neutralized.
One
Even Jean
punch.
Grey,
Yeah.
neutralized.
So it's,
And if it hadn't been for Baby Cable coming in with his little electronic grenade.
and then let's talk about, you know, the reunion between son and dad.
Dad.
Let's skip the reunion, Dad.
I just started laughing just because the way Cable said it, he was like, "Oh, save the reunion for later,
Dad."
I go, God,
What
talk
an
about,
angsty teenager.
talk about parent issues.
Sheesh. I like, get out of my head. You're not her. They made him so angsty with all
Yeah,
that.
they made him so like,
Oh
just
my gosh. In the past, when Cables come, it's just been business. And now he's just kind of like, well, now that you know who I am, Dad, stop.
But I was kind of hoping for like Josh Brolin to come back
That
to,
would've been
to voice
cool.
Cable. It would have been cool, but we
I get it. No, you got to stick true to the
Yeah.
97. We can't just change things because we want them, because we have more updated versions of them. Because
Exactly.
like I said, I wanted Chris Evans as Captain America, but Chris Evans wasn't Captain America in X-Men and the original X-Men show in the episode he was in. So
That's true.
you got to stick to what their canon is.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, and then Bastion. Oh my gosh, he's great, man. And I love how he calls Sinister's work like kind of primitive. He's like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
you did what you can. You've been failing since '92 trying to stop these X-Men.
So we now have to confirm that Bastion has been here for a while.
Oh yes, at least 70s or 80s. Whenever Forge went into that war he talks about.
Yeah.
But who knows? That could have been the war from the early 90s, so it could have not been that long. But
True.
say it was Vietnam War, or say it was some war we had in the 80s or whatever. Bastion was in that picture.
Yeah.
He's kind of cut off, but he was in that picture with Forge before he lost his arm and leg and stuff. So,
And then, guys, at the end of the movie, at the end of the episode, we do know that Magneto is not dead,
yes.
and that Bastion is saving Magneto for something we don't know yet. Mind control,
I have
or
a theory.
then yeah, Noelle has a cool theory that she's gonna say right now. But guys, it was so like cool to see that Magneto's not dead.
I like that Bastion song, by the way, that he uses whenever he kills or tortures someone.
Oh,
Is
something-
the Flying Purple People Eater?
Yeah.
That's
So like, why do you think he plays that?
well, his color is purple.
Yeah.
And he sees himself as a godlike figure, so it would make sense that he's a flying purple people eater.
Yeah, that makes
he's kind
sense.
of like, I'm gonna kill you all. I'm the flying purple people eater.
But then they were saying that that White Trask was studying butterflies. Was
Yeah.
that because they evolve?
Oh, also, that big kaiju sentinel, like it looks like a bug.
Yeah, it does
He's
look like a bug. They did point that out in
Yeah.
one of the videos in the breakdown videos we saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like wondering, oh, is this like the new evolution of Sentinel that now they're transferring into humans?
Mm-hmm.
Because we just did see that with Bolivar Trask. That
Yeah.
he just came back as a totally different hybrid, Sentinel.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if, all the X-Men, they were going into that secret bunker, and then you see all these like prime Sentinels. Like it looks like they're like mechanical bodied.
Do you think Trask knew he was going to turn into a sentinel when he killed himself, or do you think he doesn't know he's got the microvirus or whatever it is?
I want to say he doesn't know. I wonder if
You think he was
if
like
Bastion
legitimately
just, like-
remorseful, and then
yeah,
yeah, I feel like Bastion's basically got his little hooks and everything.
yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see, guys, with what's gonna happen next. But we do have our theories for what's gonna happen in the next 3 episodes, guys. There's only 3 episodes left, like we said. So these next 3 weeks are gonna really, set the tone for what's gonna happen in season 2, and then who knows, guys? This could lead into Deadpool and Wolverine. We have our theories about that
It
too.
could lead
We
into
don't know,
anything.
but it's so good. It's a good time to be a Marvel fan. It's so cool.
It is. All the haters that say Marvel is dead aren't real fans.
They're not.
They're
And
not real fans.
They're like, oh, superhero movies are gonna die out. So are these shows, guys.
I'll still watch them.
X-Men '97 is proving that, and even Deadpool and Wolverine, they're telling us that Marvel is getting revamped, and it's gonna get better.
There's a reason that there's only one Marvel movie coming out this year. They're trying to focus on quality over quantity because before they were doing quantity over quality. Now they're trying to focus on it. And also, I told you, my big theory why there's only one movie coming out is Deadpool's taking all the budget.
Yeah, I mean, guys,
They've taken all the budget.
the merc with the mouth. He is coming. So I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what's gonna happen in the next, next week with next Wednesday with the episode. And we do have our theories. So I don't know if you want to talk about your
Alright,
theory.
I'll start with mine. So I've got a couple theories. Like, first, we know that time travel is going to have a play in how they saved this season.
Yeah.
So I think one of my things I thought originally, now it's kind of changed a little bit, but my original thought process was they're gonna somehow change all of Genosha dying, this and that, blah blah blah. This is before I knew that Bastion was behind everything, but I said they're gonna change Genosha, and I feel like we're gonna get Gambit back, but I still like he's still not gonna end up with Rogue, because I feel like Rogue is gonna go further in love with Magneto, and that's gonna be like the tit for tat. Like, we got Rogue back, but he's still heartbroken because Rogue is gonna choose Magneto. But then I was watching something on one of the other channels. I think it was New Rockstar. No, maybe, yeah, New Rockstars. They were saying if Forge has been here that long, and if time travel does play a role in this, they're gonna have to go back so far back that they might even change the timeline of the original X-Men the animated series.
Yeah.
Like the events that transpired in there, they might completely change. We might not have ever got the Dark Phoenix. We might not have ever got the original when Cable comes in.
Exactly.
Everything might have changed. Dick Cable might not even be born. Madeline Pryor might never be cloned. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know. And my other thing too is I think because it's 3 parts, and we saw Magneto getting some type of torture from Bastion. I think there's going to be another major event, like an assassination attempt or an assassination, and they're going to pin it on Magneto, who's miraculously alive, and he's going to be evil. But he's not going to be evil. I feel like he's going to be brainwashed or something by Bastion. And they're just going to, he's the perfect scapegoat. It's Magneto. He was faking it the whole time. He was behind Genosha the whole time. He played you guys like a fiddle.
Yeah.
But no, he really was good. But Bastion has brainwashed him, and he's the perfect, like, what's it, a patsy or whatever?
Yeah.
They can blame it on him. And I feel like the X-Men are going to turn on him. They're going to try and defeat him. And I don't know if all this is going to come to light when Charles finally comes back. Maybe he, like, scans his brain or something. But I just feel like they're going to try to pin everything on Magneto, so that way he's the scapegoat, he's the distraction, while Bastion does all his stuff in the background to get the Sentinels rolling out.
And I was telling Noel and Mario that with Charles coming back, that do you think the X-Men would hate Charles for leaving? Especially now with what's going on now, the death of Gambit, all the mutants that have died on Genosha. I feel like at this point, Scott, and this is what Noel talked about too, that Scott will probably end up leaving the X-Men
Yeah.
at some point. And I think Charles coming back is the push that, now I just thought about it now, that
Yeah. Well, he's had a
that-
hard few months in this show, man.
yeah. I mean, guys, you got to look at it from Cyclops' point of view, that he is now he was the leader of the X-Men,
And then Magneto took.
and then Magneto took play. You know, he came back, and then supposedly died. So then Cyclops is now the leader again, but he doesn't know. I feel like doesn't know how to keep continuing on with the team.
This is my thing with Cyclops. Like, I think he's reached his breaking point.
He has already.
First, he has the X-Men. Magneto takes it.
Yep.
Then he's got his wife and kid.
Yeah.
Sinister takes that.
Yep.
Because that's not really his. Well, I guess it is. But we don't know. But you know, it's Madeline, and they send the baby to the future, and then he still kind of has that connection with Madeline that he's been doing on the down low. She's dead now.
Yeah.
For real, she's gone now.
They confirmed she died.
Yeah, she died. So he's like blow after blow after blow. He lost, and first and foremost, he lost Charles. That was his mentor, his father figure, gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like Charles is gonna come back, and I feel like that's gonna be like, that's when Scott's gonna be like, "F this, I'm out. Like you're gonna help us win this, but then I'm gone."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's another theory that me and Noel were just talking about earlier before we started filming, was that if Cable were to reset the timeline, it's going to go back to the very first episode of 97 and then continue on with the season, season 2.
And it's got to rewrite everything, like
It's
I
going to,
said.
yeah.
Because if he's part of Nimrod, what if maybe Nimrod never comes. So that's
Yeah.
the whole storyline gone.
And now thinking about it, guys, because we are obviously in 2024, it's still April, it's still pretty fresh. But I feel like if we were to get an X-Men season 2, let's say it's called X-Men 98, which is that's what Noel said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of watch if X-Men 98 does come out, it probably won't come out till 2026.
I know, right?
And it's gonna be a
It'd
while
few
for the
years.
next season.
I mean, considering they announced X-Men 97, like what, 2021, 2022?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, like, you know, when we got the notifications that X-Men 97 is fully going forward, guys, we were so excited. We didn't know when this was gonna happen. We didn't know when all this, you know, they teased like, Magneto's now officially in charge. You know,
Yeah.
all this, you know, everything was being, you know, drawn differently, which was fine. But
I like that they kind of kept true to the original animation, but they
did, yeah.
updated it. Because whenever I watch old clips or old episodes of X-Men, the animated series, I'm like, oh wow, there's not really any like definition in their faces.
Yeah.
They're kind of like,
And I think the days leading up to when X-Men 97 premiered, I was religiously watching the original X-Men series. And I was watching it like, I gotta finish this because in a few days it's gotta happen. So I just gotta keep you know, powering on. When I finally finished the series, and then I got in 97, I'm just like, oh my god, this is so good. It is really, obviously it is a continuance from, you know, so guys, we don't know, but I'm just excited for what's happening with Marvel. A lot of what ifs in the air right now, you know, and then, you know, going into Deadpool and
we're
Wolverine,
gonna get What If season 3 this year.
the final season. That's what I've heard.
final?
That's what I heard.
Oh my heart.
If it's true, that sucks. If it's not, hey, we always love more. Oh, and this was official, Mario, because he doesn't believe it, that the Watcher was actually there in Genosha.
Okay, that's the first.
It was confirmed,
that's
Mario.
the first
Get
thing.
right.
Yeah, Mario. No, that was the first thing I noticed when they did that whole sky
Yeah,
panning down to
there was
Genosha.
an outline, and I paused it, and then I'm like, what is that? And then I looked at it, I said, I recognized the collar. I said, that is the Watcher.
I was basically the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I was like, look, there it is on the couch with my chips.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, wait. And like,
Mario didn't think it was him. He's like, guys, that's not him. I go,
was.
Mario, it was.
And the thing is, the Watcher's only there when it's like a major nexus point, a major point in time. And that should have been our first indicator something bad was going to happen when you see the Watcher. Because he's always like, oh, this timeline, blah, blah, happened. But look what happened to her. And then, it's, death.
And of course, as you guys know, guys, the Watcher cannot,
Intervene.
with the Nexus event. It has to happen, no matter what. So, like, even if and when Cable does try to reset the timeline, the Watcher's gonna be there.
Yep.
He's gonna, he's like, either way, it doesn't change. A Nexus event has to happen. You're just creating an incursion.
An incursion occurs when the boundary between two universes erodes, destroying one or both entirely.
But guys, yeah, so I don't know, Noel. What do you think? I don't know.
Well, real quick, let's hear what Mario has to say.
Well, thank you so much, Stephen G. and Noel, our favorite editor with MCG Labs. And yes, I've been watching X-Men 97 since day one, the first 2 episodes, and I'm telling you what, it's fantastic. We met Metal and Pryor. Jean is a clone. We also saw Storm lose her powers, regain her powers. She's in a different costume from the beginning when she started. Oh my gosh. We saw Gambit get killed. I'm still not okay with that. We saw Rogue cry, holding him, and all you hear in the background was just silence and her crying, holding Gambit. What the F? But Beau DeMail that wrote the script, oh my gosh, this guy is amazing. He is following exactly just like the comic book, from Bright Eyes to Life and Death Part 1 and then we meet Bastion, and who we thought was probably Sinister pulling all the strings. He was the one that was being controlled as a puppet by Bastion. Now Bastion's a humanoid, and he is the product of Nimrod and Master Mold. When they fused together, it became Bastion. And this guy is, of course, friends with Friends of Humanity. And they also bring up a thing called the OZT and Zero Tolerance. And I'm like, okay, what's going to happen next? The next 3 episodes, 8, 9, and 10, if you thought 5 was bad, and if you thought Storm losing her powers and all this other stuff was bad, they said no. Wait till you watch these last 3 episodes. It's just going to blow your mind. So I'm excited for this, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to go into another season. I'm pretty sure it's going to go into Onslaught, and then it's going to go into Zero Tolerance. That's how it was in the comic book. But there's a guy by the friend of mine named John that I'm going to give credit at work, and he's the one that said X-Men 97 is going to be the first cartoon series that's actually going to go into a movie series. So I'm excited for that. So you guys, watch it. I love it. It's amazing. Beau DeMail did an excellent job. I hope he writes the script for the X-Men movie coming up. And it's amazing. Go watch it, watch it, watch it. And I'm still not okay about Gambit. But I'm pretty happy that Rogue just kicked butt in episode 7. Her and the way she threw that shield. She actually told Captain America to F off. Not in that sense, but you know what I mean. All right, guys, thank you so much. Go watch X-Men 97 forever. Just like MCG Labs. Forever. Bye.
Thank you, Mario.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, like I said, I've given you my theories on what I think is going to happen. If any of those happen, time will tell. But I don't know. I feel like this season is going to end with either entirely changing the entire series,
Rewriting it,
or it's at least going to rewrite this entire season. In which case, like I said, if it goes that smaller route, they're going to defeat Bastion earlier because they know where he's at, what he's doing. And like I said, I feel like everyone's going to be saved. We're going to get Gambit back and everything. But I feel like Rogue's going to end up with Magneto because he's going to do something heroic or whatever. And, it's going to be a big thing. And so we get Gambit, but he's still sad. But I mean, in the long run, yay, Gambit's back. But if it is the long haul one, they're going to have to go back to the very beginning of the show and just change everything.
and I'm just pulling for, because I'm a big softie. I kind of hope that Rogue and Gambit continue their romance. There's something there. She pulled away from Magneto.
Oh, she realized.
She did. So that has to. It has to happen.
I don't know, man. I know like I said, the thing that mostly dragged her to Magneto was they could touch. They probably had chemistry and they had feelings for each other, but they could touch. He is the only person she's ever been able to touch, really.
Exactly.
Before, her mutant powers.
Even in the original series, guys, when Rogue tried to touch Gambit, she absorbs his powers.
Mm-hmm. They were only able to touch at the Savage Land because all their powers were neutralized there.
Exactly. Who knows? Maybe they can go to the Savage Land and be together there. But I doubt it.
Honestly, if they want to get the hanky-panky on, just have to put one of those collars on.
Aha.
They'll be like, okay, we love each other. Whenever we want to get down and dirty, I got to put this collar on.
Jeepers. It's going to happen.
This is the family-friendly show.
But is it though?
No.
Okay.
I know there's murder now, so.
Guys, this series it has the wheels come off. There's blood, there's death, there's just a whole bunch of stuff, guys.
It's a crazy ass season.
It is. And I'm just like,
Yeah, just
I can't imagine what season 2 is going to be like.
I don't even know. Well, if they retcon everything, it's gonna be completely different.
Yeah, they're just
But
gonna...
if they just change the events of season 1, then it might not be so different.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just excited for what's going to happen soon.
Yeah, it's just Oh, and I love, real quick side note, I love the Emma Frost thing where, oh, her powers have changed a little bit. She has now become a crystal or whatever, her diamond exterior. I didn't know that was the first time she did that in the show.
Yeah, and then that's what B said, that
Yeah.
it's another power of
Yeah,
hers
it's a
that's
secondary
has been dormant.
power.
Yeah, so under cause and duress.
So that was neat.
Yeah,
And I know, oh, poor Scott, he was hoping it was Madeline.
and
I think him and Rogue are done.
I think they are.
And then Rogue kissed freaking Wolverine a couple episodes ago. I don't know.
I don't know.
Not Rogue, I'm sorry. Dean Grey.
There you go.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I blanked for a second,
It is morning time. I'm tired.
and we haven't had our coffees yet.
We're drinking our Jack in the Crack. Not a sponsor.
Not sponsored. But I don't know, guys. Like, we obviously we don't know, but come next week, next Wednesday, it's gonna happen.
Storm's got to be in this next episode. She got her powers back.
How Storm got a groove back. I sent Mario and Noel a picture of Forge and Storm, and it says, "Oh, how Storm got her groove back," and it has her new uniform. I go, "That's pretty funny."
That was funny.
Mario liked that one.
That was a good movie.
was-
But yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, she better be in the next episode. This next 3 weeks, I'm gonna be at the edge of my seat. Like, seriously, I'm gonna try my hardest. I have kids and a very busy work life, so I'm gonna try and get this out before the next episode. So if you see this before part 1 of the 3-parter ending,
Yeah.
give me a high five. Give us a like and a follow if that happens.
Please.
And if you're seeing this after episode part 1, just give us a follow. You don't gotta like us, but follow us still. We got some stellar theories here.
We're trying our best, guys.
It's hard.
But and then there was I don't know if it was true, Noel, that if the last 3 episodes or the last 2 are going to be like an hour apiece.
Better be.
Because I feel like it deserves an hour apiece.
I need a mini
lot's going to
movie.
happen in these last 3 episodes. I feel like it needs like to be
Yeah.
either 45 minutes to an hour.
And they're not confined by the Saturday morning like time slot, so
Yeah.
they can do whatever the F they want.
They can.
And I am demanding mini movies for the last 3 episodes. I that's what I tell them all the time. Like, they underestimate, Marvel underestimates the sheer willpower and like perseverance of the fans, the true fans. I will sit through a 1 hour, 2 hour special episode. I did that crap for Game of Thrones. That last season, they were all like mini movies every episode. I
Yeah.
sat through that happily. Very upset with the very ending, but that's another story. I want Marvel movies, because, they were like, oh man, there's like an hour's worth of footage that we cut out. I was like, put that in the movie.
Yeah.
I will sit there for 3.5 hours and watch this movie.
Guys,
I did it for Endgame. I can do it
Endgame
again.
was 3 hours and 5 minutes. Come on.
I can do it again. Gladly.
And like, switching over to a different universe, the DC universe, the Snyder cut, guys, 4 hours long. I woke up at 4 in the morning, and I continued watching that thing for 4 hours straight until 8:30 in the morning.
You know what I
guys, it was awesome.
I think Deadpool should do. I think Deadpool, because it's going to be, what, he said 2 hours, 33 minutes?
The Feige cut.
I know, I feel like they should do the Feige cut. Or just, fuck it, just call it the Snyder cut.
Just call it whatever. I don't care.
I will sit through that. I don't care. So yes, these last 3 episodes, I am demanding at least an hour per episode, if not more. I will sit through it because it's TV. I'll pause it if I gotta go pee, gotta get something to eat.
Exactly.
I'm demanding.
We're not in theaters right now, guys. We're in the comforts of our home.
We're in our lazy boy chairs. We are ready. We can just press the button, get up out of the chair, go get some food. We paused it.
Exactly. And then we can, just, I don't mind, like I said, I'm with you. I don't mind, sitting for a 2 hour, 3 hour episode.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
know it can't happen, but I'm just saying, please,
It can happen.
give us longer
They're just not brave
episodes.
enough to make it happen.
They're just like, is it really what we want to give the fans? Yes!
I'm
the
telling
fans
you,
want
like
it.
I said, the real fans will sit through whatever amount of time that you put on there. It's the regular moviegoers that are like, oh my god, this movie's so long. I'm
Yeah,
exhausted. I'm leaving.
we call them normies.
But
We're the mutants.
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
But guys, I don't know. Like I said, and we keep saying that. I don't know.
IDK. No, I know this is a good show. I'm very excited for the ending. Only time will tell what the ending is going to hold. And hopefully after the series is done, well, not series, the season is done, me, Steven, and Mario in the middle here.
Hi, Mario.
Yeah. we'll talk about this whole season and what we think the future is gonna hold. And if it ties into Deadpool, if it didn't tie into Deadpool, I'm just excited to see how this is gonna end. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. Tell us what you think is gonna happen in X-Men 97. What are your theories? Like, what do you think it's gonna do? Is it gonna tie into Deadpool? Is it gonna tie in to our just the main MCU timeline? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if it's a very interesting theory you have, maybe we'll talk about it in the next episode.
Yeah.
So, I'm Noel.
I'm Steven G, guys.
Until next time, MCG Labs is forever!
Ever and ever.
Thank you for joining us at MCG Labs. We hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.